Imagine waking up to find your family's cherished 60-year-old woodland turned into a cookie-cutter suburb overnight, no warning. No payment. Just 19 gleaming McMansions squatting on your dirt like uninvited guests who forgot their manners. But here's the kicker. When their shoddy build causes a biblical flood, the HOA doesn't apologize. They slap you with a lawsuit claiming your negligent land is at fault. Yeah, you heard that right. They steal your property, botch it royally, and then play the victim card like pros. My name's Alex Rivera, and I've lived on the edge of Willow Creek Estates for years, in a modest cabin my grandpa built with his bare hands. Folks around here whisper about me, call me the recluse woodworker or worse, spread rumors that I'm some antisocial hoarder sitting on prime real estate just to spite the neighborhood. I heard it all. Alex never mows his lawn properly. He's probably hiding something illegal back there. Why doesn't he develop it like a normal person? I kept my head down, focused on carving custom furniture in my workshop, watching from afar as the HOA turned our once chill suburb into a rule-obsessed dystopia. Speed bumps every 10 feet, fines for unapproved mailbox colors, mandatory holiday decorations, you name it. They regulated it, all in the name of community standards. But I wasn't part of their club. My land was outside their boundaries, a buffer of untamed woods that buffered their perfect lawns from the real world. It started innocently enough, or so I thought. One crisp fall morning, I found a letter not in my mailbox, but scotch-taped to it like a passive-aggressive note from a bad roommate. Gold-embossed seal, fancy letterhead from the Willow Creek Homeowners Association. I ripped it open over my black coffee, expecting another complaint about my unsightly truck parked too close to the road. Instead, it hit me like a gut punch. Notice of liability for damages to HOA-approved expansion due to your negligent water management practices. They were demanding I fix drainage issues, causing flooding in their new development. A development I didn't even know existed. I read it twice, 3 times, my coffee going cold. Drainage? On my wild acreage. These people were delusional. I hopped in my pickup and drove to the back of my property, the part that dipped into a gentle valley, shaded by oaks and pines that had stood since before suburbia swallowed the area. What I saw made my blood boil, or maybe freeze, couldn't tell. Gone were the trees. In their place, rows of identical luxury boxes, all sharp angles, floor-to-ceiling windows, and driveways wide enough for a yacht. 19 of them, complete with fake stone facades and those ridiculous smart doorbells that probably spied on squirrels. No construction signs, no permits flapping in the wind, just heavy equipment idling like it owned the place. And there, strutting like a peacock in pearls, was Karen Whitaker, HOA President Extraordinaire. Picture this, severe ash-blonde bob, lips pursed in perpetual judgment, clipboard clutched like a shield, and heels that screamed, "I don't do dirt." She was the type who'd fine you for a weed in your flower bed, while preaching about elevating property values for the greater good. Neighbors feared her more than taxes. She'd once organized a petition to ban basketball hoops because they disrupted the aesthetic harmony. Spotting me, she clicked over, her smile all teeth and no warmth. "Oh, Alex, finally decided to join the civilized world? Look at what we've accomplished, revitalizing this wasted space into something productive." "Wasted space," I echoed, my voice low but steady. "This is my land, Karen. My family's held it for generations." "What the hell have you done?" She let out that tinkling laugh, the one reserved for peasants who don't get the big picture. "Oh, honey, don't be dramatic. The county maps were so outdated, we clarified everything with planning. Your plot was just sitting there, and used, like an empty lot begging for purpose. The board voted unanimously to incorporate adjacent underutilized areas for community enhancement. You should have come to the meeting. We posted notices on the community bulletin board. I'm not in your HOA, I shot back, eyeing the mud already pooling around the nearest foundation. They'd bulldozed the natural slope, turning a gentle runoff into a swamp. You can't just vote to annex someone's private property. That's not how laws work. Technically, she said, pulling out a glossy, laminated map from her tote like it was the Constitution. We're promoting cohesion. No theft here, just progress. And now, thanks to your poor land management, we're dealing with minor water issues. But don't worry, our attorney will sort it out. Her eyes narrowed behind her designer shades. You wouldn't want to stand in the way of neighborhood improvement, would you? It'd make you look uncooperative. I bit my tongue, noting the survey marker still peeking from the underbrush, my proof, untouched. As she sashayed away, heels squelching in the muck, I felt the rumors sting anew. Uncooperative? That's what they'd call me in their next newsletter. No doubt. But I wasn't the hothead they painted me as. I observed, planned. This wasn't just trespassing. It was a full-on invasion, wrapped in bureaucratic BS. Back home, I didn't rant or call friends. I dug into records. Years of whispers had taught me patience. I'd been labeled the weird loner after refusing to sign their petitions, but it sharpened my eye for details. I drove to the county clerk's office, requested deeds, plats, everything. The clerk, a no-nonsense woman with bifocals, confirmed it. Yep, still yours. No transfers, no easements, and permits for new builds in Willow Creek. Nothing recent. My chest tightened, illegal from the ground up. I left with a stack of copies, fuel for the fire. By afternoon, I was at the sheriff's station, envelope in hand. Deputy Harlan, munching a donut, raised an eyebrow. Alex, coyotes eating your chickens again. Worse, I said, sliding the docks over. HOA built a whole damn village on my land. No permits, no nothing. And now they're suing me for the flood they caused. He whistled, flipping pages. This is nuts. You're saying Karen Whitaker's crew just took it? Every acre, I replied. He grabbed the phone, calling code enforcement. You pressing charges? Damn right. Stop them before they sell those eyesores. That night, I phoned my old high school buddy's sister, Lena Torres, a shark of a land attorney who'd shredded developers in court. Alex, this better be good. I'm knee-deep in a condo scam. I laid it out. She was hooked. They built without permits on your deed and blame you for drainage? Classic HOA hubris. Sit tight. I'll slap an injunction tomorrow. No talking to Whitaker. She'll twist your words into verbal agreements. The next day, we stormed the courthouse. Lena, in her power suit, filed papers faster than a barista slings lattes. Then to the planning office. The receptionist blanched at our request. No approvals for Willow Creek expansions. Last thing was a swing set 2 years back. She unearthed a crumpled letter from the HOA, addressed to a long-retired official, babbling about absorbing idle lands for harmony. Lena snorted. This is toilet paper, not law. They gambled on silence. But they weren't silent. Lena's phone buzzed mid-drive. Open house? Today? Shut it down. We screeched into the site. Balloons bobbing. Sparkling cider on ice. Karen schmoozing a suit-clad realtor. Lena marched up, injunction waving. This event's over. You're trespassing on private land. Karen's facade cracked. This is preposterous. We're enhancing values. You have no right. No. You have no title, Lena fired back. Illegal builds. Forged docs. Vacate or face arrests. The realtor bolted. Balloons deflated like Karen's ego. I stepped in. Off my land. Now. She huffed away, muttering about ungrateful outsiders. We didn't stop. Straight to the DA's office. Lena dumped the evidence. Fraud. Forgery. The works. Prosecutor Marcus Hale leaned in. HOA faked an annexation? Sold homes on stolen dirt? We're talking felonies. Hold them accountable, I said. They painted me as the villain. Time for truth. 2 days later, a stop work order hit, but one house had sold to a shell LLC. Lena called it dawn. They flipped it quick. Buyers moving in. We raced over. A harried mom unloading boxes. Kid in tow. Ma'am, this land's mine, I explained gently. Her face crumpled. But we closed legally. Lena, not legally fraud. Don't unpack. Turns out, the buyer was a front. We traced it back to HOA insiders. Back at court, Hale dropped bombs. Contractor's license? Belongs to a dead guy. I handed over my phone pic of Karen's phony plan, dated wrong, signature blank. Forgery, Hale grinned. Nail in the coffin. That evening, cops rolled up to Karen's McMansion. She emerged for mail, all prim, then froze at the warrant. This is outrageous. I'm a pillar here, deputy. Pillar or not. Hands behind your back. Neighbors gawked. Her protests echoed like bad comedy. Lena unearthed board minutes. Assume no usage, no notify motion passed. They knew. Accounts frozen. Dues diverted to the scam. More arrests followed board cronies. The developer nabbed at the airport. I sued for damages. Estimates hit millions. But I wanted restoration. Walking the taped-off site, watching a house sink in mud, felt poetic, their progress crumbling. Weeks later, demolition crews arrived. I watched from the ridge as roofs caved, solemn yet satisfying. Lena, they're adding eco-charges, rerouted a stream for a fake pond. Felonies stack up. Media exploded. HOA fraud epic. Residents rebelled. Suing the board. Dissolving the charter. A neighbor's apology letter arrived. We trusted wrong. Now we're building real community. Debris cleared. Shoots sprouted. County offered to buy for a preserve. I leased instead. On my terms. In court, the pretrial was a farce. Judge. Forged licenses. Illegal builds. Shell sales? And you want bail as pillars? Denied. Karen wilted. No more smug. Emails sealed it. If he notices, too late. Calculated grab. Restitution ordered. Demo. Remediation. Compensation. Assets auctioned. Bulldozers roared. Land healed. As trees replanted, I signed the easement. No more Karen's ruling. Just nature. But here's the question. In a world where HOAs wield power like mini-dictators, is it really the recluse who's the problem? Or the busybodies who twist rules to steal and scheme? Who's the real villain when community becomes code for control?